Okay, guys, I think we can start. Not much people today, but maybe some of you can write down what about the sound. Is everything okay? So I can go forward and give you introduction for task 6. Just somebody write down that everything is okay. Or I will go on in half a minute without any confirmation. Okay, let me check by myself. Yeah, I can hear myself. Okay, so not much people today here, so I will just go on with our agenda. Our agenda is to talk about task 6. I will start with task 5 because previous week you had to prepare some kind of flow for our import, and task 6 is actually finalizing of our import of files. So inside of task 5 we created a lambda for import which received files, send them to S3 bucket. S3 bucket fires an event for file parser, and file parser should just console log the data you imported. And now in the task 6 we will go further, and our console log will vanish and it will turn into a bit more complicated stuff. We will use SQS. It's a queue service, and we will use SNS just to give you some examples of how it works. Yeah, let's go to task 6. Yeah, here's the schema, and import file parser will send all the data you gave it to our SQS into our queue. Our queue will send the data further to catalog batch process lambda. It's a new lambda you will have to create, which will actually will add data directly to database where your product stored, and also it will send an email to you. I believe you will have to create an email to receive these messages, and it will just send you a mail with notification that some data was added to the database. So it looks really simple. It's not that hard. So why we use SQS? It's just for optimization. So our catalog batch process will work not with like 1000 items. Yeah, just get 1000 items and we'll process them. No, it will work with small pieces, like I don't know, maybe 10 items. He will process 10 items, then the next 10 items will go from queue, then next. So our queue just gives us an optimization for our lambda, so it won't work too long enough, and we will process it a big amount of data. We can process with queue a big amount of data a bit faster, and not just make our lambda struggle. So our task will be, we will have to create lambda catalog batch process as told you. So it will store the data inside the database and send you SNS events. Also, we will need to create our QSQS, which will be filled by our import file parser and will be processed by our catalog batch process. Then we will have to update our import file parser, so he will send records to SQS instead of just logging them, and SNS topic, which will send you emails. So how it should work? Pretty simple. You will have to modify two services, product and import service. First of all, you will have, I think, to start with product service, just it's mentioned in tasks. They all start with products. So here we create queue service. So as always, we create stack, we add here our SQS service like import queue, and we add our SNS service. It will be import product topic. Then we create SNS subscription. So here we just actually add some kind of, we create subscription for our topic. So we need to how to tell it, to describe what our subscription should do. So we create subscription inside our import product topic. So yeah, we create topic. Topic is a bigger object which can have a few different subscriptions. So we can store like I just removed, I think, give me a second. I just removed some stuff. So when we done this course, yeah, we will have to create 2 different subscription for one topic and that filter policy. You don't need that in this task. You just need 1 subscription for this topic. You can read or watch some information about it in our course. In our course theory, yeah, I think here you can take information. Oh, no information in English. Yeah, you can read right down here about SNS or SQS, how they work. But we create topic, we create subscription for this topic, and we create queue. So this is a new services. 2 new services we create. Also, we create our catalog batch process lambda, which will process stuff from our queue. And here we create, we just give our lambda permissions to publish some messages inside our topic we just created. And also here we don't have, as you can see in my example, we don't have API gateway for this lambda. We just subscribe our lambda for SQS events. So yeah, we just tell our new lambda that add event source and it will be SQS event source. So we some kind of tether our SQS and our lambda. So lambda will be triggered by SQS without any interruption from our side. So only SQS can do something with this lambda. No direct API route for it. Yeah, let me store this. And actually that's it from product service. Yeah, so we created queue, SNS, and a new lambda. So inside here, just for example, I think I can show you small stuff. Yeah, so we just get our records, we add them inside our database, and we publish a new comment, publish comment. So we publish a new message for our SNS. That's it. It's not very hard. So here's the example. You will still have time to read this, and it's some bonuses for the people who watch this video. So yeah, this is actually the code of your catalog batch process. So he will receive records from queue, he will store the data inside database and just send a small message to our email, I believe. Yeah. And also, as I told you before, we need to add one more thing here. We need here, give me the, yeah, so with this we create the part about queue, catalog batch process, topic, and DB. So all of this will be covered by this stuff, but we need this small string, as you can see, from import file parser to catalog queue items queue. So this is the last point you will have to do, is to go and change our import service. And as you can see, our import file parser lambda, it was created before. Yeah, so you created it in task 5. So here we create inside this stack, we also create like a queue, but we don't create it like we done in product service. So let me compare those one. Yeah. So here we create new SQS queue, and we create it for our stack, and we like create it from scratch. We create a new queue, but here we create some kind of connection to already created queue. So for this case, you must run your product service first. So product service will create for you all the data about the queue. And here, as you can see, we create queue from QIRN. So it means that we won't create a new queue. We will use already existing queue. And here is IRN is, I think if you already had it inside. So you can just you will have some kind of endpoint for our queue we already create inside import, yeah, and we will use it inside. So yeah, our queue is here, and we in our import product file lambda, we add this queue URL to our environment. So inside our handler of the import lambda, we can use our queue URL to send messages to our queue. And here also for our queue, we grant send messages to our import file parser lambda. So actually we just create a connection between queue which was created before inside the other service, and we grant access for our import lambda to this queue. So we don't have two queues. We just actually not creating in something new. We just connect already existing queue to our stack. Yeah. So this one should help us. And that's it. All left from you is just check events, check how events comes to you. Yeah, so I already showed you catalog batch process as a bonus. Yeah, so here you will have event which goes from queue service. It will contain records, and inside will be an array of the stuff you just send it to queue. So you will just parse them. In my case, I used for off because it's the only loop which can process async operations. So yeah, I just used for off and sending SNS clients, and I created a few products. I will not show you import file parser. It will be for you like extra mission. I already showed you like half of the work you have to do. That's it. Let me go to questions. Which library used to mock AWS objects, commands, etc.? Good question. Let me check. Because I already have tests. So as you can see, yeah. How I worked with this, yeah. So as you can see, I had additional libraries like libs SNS. So libs SNS is actually a new SNS client, yeah, which just provide me something. So here is my connection to AWS. Also, as you can see, I have DB products, which also have a connections to my database. All database stuff is here. And I avoided all the problems with AWS with this mock. So I just mocked my libsns and I mocked my send. I just mocked my send method and just told him like comment, and that's it. So yeah, in your case, you can move all the stuff with SDK to separate utils, separate libs files, and inside the tests for your lambda, just mock this libsns. So it's the easiest way, because you don't have to test AWS library, right? It's like it's not a good way to create unit tests. So we just believe that the AWS works well and we mock it. And in my case, I mocked completely all the creation of my services. Sorry, this question was answered earlier. Can we use DynamoDB instead of RDS? Yes, you can, Anton. Also, we it was some discussions because when we came to task 4, I believe, in task 4 actually, yeah, you had to create everything inside the DynamoDB, and moving to RDS was like additional task. And when we had our session, I told like, yeah, guys, you can skip it right to RDS because it's like no points for using DynamoDB. And we got with it for this time. I believe for next run of this course, RDS will be prohibited in task 4. So yeah, Anton, right now you can use your DynamoDB, work with DynamoDB. You can just do nothing about RDS because why it was discussion, because we have a separate task 8, yeah, which actually is about moving everything from DynamoDB to RDS with PostgreSQL. So yeah, it's a bit scuffed from our side that we have additional task in task 4, which is actually a task 8. It's our mistake, and some people who made every additional task here, they just can skip task 8 completely because everything will be done for them. So from your side right now, you can use your DynamoDB, but be prepared that task 8 is all about moving to RDS. It's not about DynamoDB is bad and RDS is better. It's about usage, but we just want you to try different ways. So DynamoDB is easier to use because it's actually actual AWS service, so we don't need additional libraries, additional stuff to work with database. Just use the AWS client for DynamoDB and it works. RDS is a bit harder. Also, RDS, usually we use RDS when we need relational databases. Dynamo is DB is document-based database. So a bit more information than you asked, but the simple answer is yes, you can use DynamoDB for next 2 tasks. But be ready, you will have to move to RDS in task 8. Anything else, guys? I believe I showed you more than you could expect. It will be a bonus, as I told, for people who watch my videos, just to give you a motivation to come to our sessions. I know it's not much people here. It's because we don't have actually many students right now on this course, but I believe that is because we have not enough students and not because I'm bad. So let me believe in it. Maybe something else. Maybe something is not clear for you about what you have to do in task 6. So these schemas, they are inside of your modules. You can go to these schemas because it's easier to understand what you have to do when you just can see that, my import file parser goes here, it goes here, it is done, this stuff. This links is cool. I don't know why I didn't show them in previous 5 tasks. Because the schemas are really cool. I just found them like today. So it's my bad. I completely forgot that we have this beautiful images with all the infrastructure of our services. Okay, so guys, not much from my side here. So next task will be about Cognito, about authorizations. It's just a simple service for you. It's another task where you will have to create authorize. So you will add like a new service for authorizations. It will be later. It will be next week. So for now, hopefully I explained everything you will need to do inside task 6. So I wish you luck. Just as always, guys, try to start this one. You can ask your questions in our Discord channels. People here can help you in everything, almost in everything. We have students who already made these tasks. We have our activists who made more than this task. As I see, there is no video in English for tasks. Unfortunately, we don't have English videos for all our tasks. So you can watch through in Russian, I believe. Just if you don't understand what it's told about, but you just like watch images, so what is done here. But we have all the reading. It should be enough for you. And here you can like go through in Russian and just watch what is done here, like practice. This one, but this one is using serverless, so it won't be very helpful for you. I really believe that today's session will be more helpful than this one. Additional task, what kind of filter can be? Oh, you have it. Give me. Where is it? Set a filter policy for SNS. Oh, yeah. About this one, I can I can tell you. I already shown you actually. So you will have to create additional subscription. Yeah, here, and filter policy could be you can just it could be like amount of records. Yeah. So for example, as you can see in my I will not show this one again because it's actually a solution for additional tasks, but you have a chance to like rewind our tape a bit and find the solution. But the best way, I think, you can create a filter for amount of records. Like if it's more than 10 records, send to this subscription. Yeah. If it's less than 10, to the other subscription. So in our when I was learning, I made it bound to my amount of my records inside. So I think it will be the best filter, just to amount. So if you if you imported like 20 records, you will receive a message on one email. If you imported 5 records, you will receive on the other one. I think it's simplest way. And yeah, you can rewind the tape and find the solution for this one. So our sessions are really bonuses for you. But yeah, why not? Yeah. Where am I? Oh, showed you something I shouldn't show. Yeah. Okay, so that's it from my side. Ask your questions. Feel free to ask your questions in our Discord channels, guys. Not much left for you, actually. We just passed, last week we passed the half of our course. So for the 7th, we will have, I really think we will have our meeting next week, and we will skip in 2 weeks. You know why? Because I already we had a very big session, if some of you remember, for our task 4, where I actually created SQL database. I created RDS. We also struggled with this small stuff. Where is it? With dbeaver. Yeah, we also struggled to connect our Postgres. So I think we'll skip this one, because I will create an announcement in Discord that, guys, we already described everything in our task 4. Somehow I just had no idea that we have task 8. And for task 9, I think someone else will cover this one for you, because I'm not a Docker master. Unfortunately, I use it in my work. Yeah, you can see this guy here, and it works. It has some containers here, but it's just not. I just don't have enough expertise to tell you something really useful about Docker. So I believe we'll find someone who will tell you more about Docker and everything else, because we also don't have English videos. And inside this 10th task, I think I will come back to you. I believe. I really hope I will come for you. Maybe not. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for coming. Have a good week. Do your best in finishing these tasks. Hopefully it will work for you. Use my videos, use my code you just seen on your screen, and everything will be okay for you. See you next week. We will discuss task 7. I believe it's like 90% that we will have it on Tuesday at the same time. So yeah, see you next week. Goodbye.